Hello everyone and welcome back to Phantom Sports Industries. My name is Joe Soisson. I'm a contributor for Phantom's hockey content. Today I want to talk about the Edmonton Oilers. They were one game away from winning this year's Stanley Cup Finals, and their roster is really interesting to look at. I believe the way they have formatted their roster has put them into a championship window, one that will be open for another 2 years before they run into a bit of a financial bind. But before I get into how they've structured their roster, I have to talk about how teams have normally structured their roster. About a decade ago, there was an old adage that went something along the lines of build from the goal outward, meaning teams would find a starting goalie that they liked, pay him, keep him around for a long period of time, and his consistency and talent would pay dividends in the long run. Look at the teams that won Stanley Cups about a decade ago. It was Marc-Andre Fleury and the Pittsburgh Penguins. It was Corey Crawford and the Chicago Blackhawks. And it was Jonathan Quick with the Los Angeles Kings. But Edmonton, when they landed Connor McDavid, their focus was flipped. All of a sudden they had an all-star talented center, and they decided to surround him with plenty of talented skaters. So now the focus was on the offense going out and winning them games every night. Now they are allowed to pay all this outside talent like Hyman, Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, and all these other skaters because the goalies are currently on cheap contracts. Stuart Skinner signed for 3 years, $7.8 million. Not a big cap hit in the grand scheme of things. Calvin Pickard, the backup, signed for 2 years, $2 million. They also bought out Jack Campbell's contract just over a week ago. Now, Skinner and Pickard both have 2 years left on their current contracts, meaning in 2 years, Edmonton is going to have to pay somebody to be their netminder. And you'd like to keep Stuart Skinner because he is only 25 years old. And when you look at his career numbers, it looks like he could be a starting goalie in the NHL for a long period of time. The problem is, how expensive is Stuart Skinner going to be? When Vasilevsky signed with the Tampa Bay Lightning, he was 25 years old, signed for 8 years, $76 million. John Gibson signed at 25 years old, 8 years, $51 million. Igor Shesterkin signed at 25, 4 years, $22.7 million. How about those who signed at age 27, which is the age that Edmonton would have to make a decision on Stuart Skinner? Well, Ilya Sorokin signed for 8 years, $66 million. Jordan Binnington, 6 years, $36 million. Linus Ullmark, who not too long ago had a record-setting year in Boston, 4 years, $20 million. In 2 years, the Edmonton Oilers will have to make a lot of decisions about the core of their roster. They'll have to pay McDavid, Draisaitl, Kane, Ekholm, Bouchard, Ceci, Kulak. And run through that list of skaters one more time. That's 4 defensemen, and that's also numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5 in time on ice during the playoffs at the defensive position. Now, Edmonton isn't well over the cap, and I listed a lot of names, so it's not like everyone's just going to up and leave in 2 years. But you have to wonder, if Edmonton does not win the Stanley Cup in the next 2 years, does this roster have the flexibility to pivot to a roster with a more expensive goaltender on their depth chart? Because it is rare to find a goalie this talented, this young, like Stuart Skinner. And that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like our content, be sure to scroll down below and click the like button on this video. And while you're down there, be sure to click that subscribe button to get notified of future uploads to this very channel. Also, be sure to check out our official website. That's phantomsportsindustries.com. Once again, my name has been Joe Soisson, and we hope to see more of you next time here at Phantom.